Hi guys, so right now we'll begin our project. We'll be replicating what we did on the previous video. First, we would have to create a table that contains months and total service charge. And this table will have, oops, I called it month instead of months. This table will have the months of the year. So I will type in January in short form and February. I don't need to go ahead typing February, March, April, May, June. No, I will just highlight this two, come to this corner right here and drag down till I get to December. All right. And I will try to make my table look good by giving it an all border, a thick outside border. I will give my header a thick outside border and I will give it some kind of color. I would make the font bold. Okay, so I have a table. The next thing I would like to have is uh, a corner for where I would choose the months. And then I would like to have a corner where I would like to indicate the staff percentage and the management percentage. And I would like to have a corner where I would have the staff amount per point. And the corner where I would like to have management amount per point. Okay, so I will try to either expand this or fit it in using wrap text. I think I'll just go with expanding the cell. I want to expand this also. All right. So I would use data validation to make sure that my months appear on this cell here. To do that, the cell is selected. I will go to the data tab, go to click on this icon right here under data tools, click the drop down arrow, select data validation. Under allow, I will change any value to list. And then for the source, I will highlight all of the months of the year on this table and click OK. Now I have a drop down arrow that shows my month using data validation. All right, I would like to highlight that particular cell so I know what it does. The next thing I would like to do is use Vlookup function. I want a situation where if I select any month from this side, it would show me the service charge for that particular month. So using the Vlookup function, I will type in equals and Vlookup. I have a Vlookup suggestion. I'll double click on that. And it's asking for the lookup value. My lookup value would be this cell right here that will display my months. All right. I'll click on comma and it's asking for a table array. The table array would be this table that has the months of the year and the service charge for that month. I'll click on comma. It's asking for column index. Now for column index, the column that will return values for the month is the second column of my table. So I'll type in 2 and click on comma, and it's giving me a list, approximate match or exact match. I'm going to be choosing exact match because I want the exact value for that month. So I'll double click on that to select and then click on enter. It's okay if you are seeing NA. That is because you have not selected any month yet. So I will select a month right now, say January. I no longer have NA. What I have is 0. I'm having 0 because truly there is no value here. So if I input random value, automatically Vlookup has returned the fact that 200,000 was the total service charge for the month of January. So I'll quickly input random values here. All right, so I have random values on my table. I will highlight this and click the comma under numbers so you can see what the values is exactly. All right, so if I choose any of the months, if I choose February, I will see that 300,000 has been returned here. On our table, February has 300,000. Great. Okay. If I click on April, same, and it goes on and on. Now, we need to work on the sharing formula. We'll be using 60% for staff and 40% for management. I want a situation where this amount to be split into two, 60% for staff and 40% for management. To do that, we'll be using multiplication. All right, so I'll say equal to this cell right here that contains our total service charge for that specific month times 60% times the cell that contains 60%, and we'll click on enter. And now we can see that 60% of 500,000 is 300,000. Okay, so we'll do same for management quickly, equal to 500,000 times 40%. Enter. And now we see that 40% of 500 is 200,000. So with what we have done, if we click on any month, if we select any month, it will give us an automatic calculation for whatever chosen amount or service charge. It will give us a 60% split and a 40% split automatically. Now, the next thing we need to identify is the staff amount per point. To do that, we need to create a table for staff. So I would call this staff 1 and staff 2. Okay, so I will just highlight these two and click to create more staff. And I will identify the point column and the amount column. All right. So I will just highlight this quickly, select all border, and choose pick outside border. I will give the table header its unique border and make the font bold. For staff, I would do same, all border, pick outside border, and all right, we're good. So I would assign random points to each staff, like so. And 3. Okay. So now I have my points for each staff. We need to know, for us to calculate how much each staff gets, we first need to sum up the total points. To do that, we would use the sum function. The sum function, select sum, and I would highlight all of these numbers here and click on enter. And then I have my sum for all the total points for all the staff. So the next thing we need to do, okay, so I'll just quickly create a table for management. I would highlight this and click on Control C. Below there, I would click on Control V, and I would click on Escape to end copy. I would change this to management 1 and this to management 2. Highlight both and drag down. Okay. I would maintain same figure for the management. Go to sum, double click on this, highlight this, and click on enter. All right. So we have a total staff point of 10 and a total management point for 10. Let's see how much each staff will get per point. To do that, we'll do a division equal to 60% of the staff total charge, staff amount, the staff 60% divided by the total staff points, and click on enter. So we can see that for every 1 point, a staff gets 36,000. So if you have 2 points, you'll be having double of this amount. We will do same for management. Do equal to the management 40% divided by the management's total point and enter. Now we can see that for every 1 point for any of the management staff would have, to be gaining 24,000 bonus. All right. With what we have done, if we select any month, let's test out our sheet right now. You can select the month of July, which is the month we are in right now. We'll see that for every total service charge for that month, there is an automatic split, 60% and 40%. Also, it's also indicated how much every staff will get per point for that particular month. All right, so let's share the money to every staff. To do that, we will be saying equal to staff 1 point times staff 1 amount, staff amount points, and click on enter. So we'll quickly do same for all of the staff. Quickly. All right. So the 3-pointer guy has as much as 144,000 bonus for the month of July. And the 2.5-pointer guy has 120,000 for the month of July. So it's the responsibility of every staff to perform well, so they have more service charge points at the end of the month. So you already know what to do. Apply the same formula in calculating for management. You can also go ahead to make this corner right here look good. Thank you, and see you in the next class.